A fire that raged for 2 days in Kenya's Aberdare National Park has been extinguished after burning through hundreds of hectares of wilderness. Kenyan firefighters, rangers, conservationists and volunteers created a fire break to slow the progress of the fire. The blaze started Saturday and dozens of forest rangers, firefighters and volunteers struggled to control the blaze from spreading as suspicions of arson emerged. The park was etched in history when Britain's Queen Elizabeth II, then a princess on a 1952 visit to Kenya, received news of her father's death. The Aberdares are the third highest mountain range in Kenya, reaching a height of over 4,000 meters.
Malawi's main power station stopped operating after the main Chikwawa Dam was damaged by the heavy rains following the landfall of Tropical Storm Anna on the 24th of January. The country is expected to go through 6 months of power cuts, according to the National Electricity Company, also known as EGENCO.
We have experienced here, because of the cyclone Anna, is that we have lost the dam here because the control mechanism that we had to take the water to the intake of the machines has been destroyed. We had the training dike and that has been washed away.
Power stays mainly cut, leaving most parts of the country in darkness due to a torrent of water carrying debris that has choked turbines in most hydropower stations, many of which are located along the Shira River. For
the temporary structure that we want to put and to quickly put up, restore the power generation, we're looking at 6 months as the time that we require, but that is to be verified by the consultant as he finishes the expert analysis of the work.
According to the Department of Disaster Management Affairs, over 200,000 people from 48,000 households have been affected and many have been displaced in the whole country. Rayan, the Moroccan 5-year boy who died after falling down a well, was buried Monday near Ngarane, his village of northern Morocco. Hundreds of people went to a funeral that ends a human drama that has moved the world for 5 days that most of the neighbors have been as their own. We are very sad. I have 2 children, and one of them is the same age as Rayan, and I could see my son in Rayan's face. I thank the local authorities who did everything, as well as the civil protection and the engineers who did more than enough. But this is God's fate. Rayan's lifeless body was extracted from the well on Saturday evening after intense rescue efforts. A statement from the Royal Cabinet confirmed his death shortly after he was lifted from the well. Even Pope Francis thanks to the Moroccan people as he greeted the public in St. Peter's Square. He praised people for putting their all into trying to save the child. South African twins were condemned Monday to 11 and 8 years in prison, respectively, by a Johannesburg court for terrorism over plans to attack the U.S. Embassy in Pretoria and also join the Islamic State group, according to local media reports. The arrest of the brothers in 2016 was the first in South Africa relating to alleged ISIS membership. Both pleaded guilty to planning to travel to Syria to join the ISIS.
And so, you're pleading guilty to the said charges incorporated in this plea and sentence agreement freely and voluntarily without any coercion. You are not forced. And you understand the charges to which you are pleading guilty to. You have been...
Tony Lee Thosi and Brandon Lee Thosi, both 28 years old, were arrested in South Africa in July 2016 and have been held in custody since. South Africa has so far been spared the jihadist attacks that have struck several other countries on the continent, including its eastern neighbor, Mozambique. Ugandan satirical writer and government critic Kakwenza Rukirabashaija, charged with offensive communication, appeared in court Monday to apply to move his case to a high court and for his passport to be returned so he can travel to Kenya for medical treatment. The 33-year-old Kakwenza was arrested in December after posting critical comments on Twitter about President Yoweri Museveni and his powerful son Muhoozi Kainerugaba.
We had requested the magistrate to release his passport, which request he has rejected for the reason that they want to start trial very soon. We had also prayed that they refer the matter to the High Court or nullify it, which request was also rejected.
Kakwenza's lawyers had previously alleged that he was illegally detained by military intelligence officers and special forces soldiers and subject to torture by the prison services.